everyone, I'm Sasha from Branching Minds, and today we're asking our Branching Minds team, aka our branchers, to break down key terms of multi-tiered system of supports, or MTSS, in the simplest way. Whether you're new to MTSS or looking for a quick refresher, we're going to try to make understanding big MTSS concepts a breeze for you. Let's get started.
Tier 1 instruction aims to cater to the general learning needs of all students. This level of instructional delivery covers the essential standards that students need to learn. It is that high quality, explicit, and differentiated teaching that all students have access to. Tier 1 is based on current student data and needs in order to support all students. Think of it like this: a classic cheese pizza. It tends to be the pizza of choice that can satisfy most tastes. And just like that pizza, Tier 1 instruction aims to satisfy the learning needs of all learners.
Tier 2 in MTSS is instruction that's layered on top of Tier 1, meaning it's supplemental to the core instruction. This is targeted instruction for individuals and small groups of students and should still be high quality, evidence-based instruction. In order to identify who needs Tier 2, rely on equitable practices like universal screening procedures, as this ensures that all students are considered and provided with the most appropriate and necessary support. Tier 2 instruction should also include progress monitoring so that you can determine the effectiveness and the appropriateness of the intervention tools chosen. Most importantly, remember that this work can't be done alone. You need to collaborate and rely on the strengths of all members of your team. And don't forget to utilize your resources so that students' needs can be best met, but also so that your time can be spent where it's needed most with your students.
So to me, Tier 3 support involves a very personalized and individualized way to support a student. Tier 1 is basically whole group instruction, and Tier 3 on the other end of that is very targeted. Normally, about 5% of students would require this level of intensive support. And honestly, what really differentiates this level of support from Tier 1 or Tier 2 is that this support can last typically a lot longer for these students, just to make sure they have everything they need to catch up. And Tier 3 supports are not only academic, so like scaffolding or individualized instruction, but it can also be behavioral or social as well, so counseling or family counseling or things like that. So in conclusion, to me, Tier 3 support basically just means individualized support for students.
Let's talk interventions. Interventions are those strategies, activities, programs that are backed by research to address the specific academic, social, emotional, and behavioral skills of our students. They're not one size fits all. In fact, the frequency and duration is going to depend on the level of need. And that's going to vary from student to student. They're also not only delivered in traditional classrooms. Interventions can be delivered one-on-one, in small groups, in after-school programs, or during tutoring. The key here is really flexibility, tailoring our approach to where, how, and how often will benefit a student the most. As educators, it's really about having this toolkit of effective strategies that we can adapt to suit our unique learner needs.
A learning support in MTSS is exactly what the name tells us it is. This is any research-based resource used during your Tier 1 core instruction when you are addressing all students. So think of additional practice, tools, strategies, or explanations that can help your students really hone in on that foundation laid in your Tier 1 core instructions. So maybe graphic organizers or math manipulatives to really help your students understand those concepts and master those skills taught in your Tier 1 core instruction. We've just unpacked some of the major MTSS key terms and highlighted the big concepts that make MTSS an incredible support system for all students. Remember, don't let these or any other big MTSS words throw you off track. If you ever find yourself scratching your head, remember that you have a professional learning community at your school district, plus we're here for you too. Check out our MTSS glossary of terms to continue developing your baseline of knowledge around MTSS. Check the link in the description for more.